Hello and welcome to Darts with Matt, and in my first proper video on this channel I'm showing you the perfect setup, well for me. Now those of you that have followed me on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok will know that I absolutely love darts. I've bought so many darts in the past year, some second hand, some brand new. I've tried every different shape, size and weight, but now I do finally have my perfect setup, and here it is. It's the Target Phil Taylor Gen 11s in 26 grams, Target Swiss Storm Points 35mm, and the Cuesoul Rost T19s with a carbon shaft, and these are in the smallest size. So I'll open them all up, we'll have a throw, and you can see for yourself. Now these are the first Phil Taylor darts I bought. I've got Luke Littler darts, Chris Dobie darts, I've got Target, Red Dragon, Winmore, I've got independent darts, custom made darts, and these are by far my very favourites. But the problem is when you open them up, I'll just show you. They look like that. It looks like a child's dart, like a dart you'd give to a child. They just look so tiny. I mean, look at this. The stems are short, the flights are tiny, really tiny barrel. I don't know if you can see that or not, but these are really small, short darts. And when I opened them, I honestly, genuinely thought, I've just wasted £100 on darts by who's apparently the best darts player of all time. How the hell does he play with these? So I played with their actual setup and I was actually extremely impressed. I mean, it needed some work for me. I mean, Phil Taylor uses these tiny flights because he's Phil Taylor. He's got a perfect throw. He's a 17, 18 time world champion. He's won everything. Every single darts player and watcher knows him as the GOAT of darts. So he can afford to throw them with these tiny little flights. But for me, I needed some work to them, and that's why I've got the other bits with it. But before we go further, let's just throw these darts and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the Phil Taylor setup as they come in the box, tiny stems, tiny flights and 26mm points. Let's see how they fly. Oh, all over the place. Now, I did get a treble 20 there, but they were landing at an angle, like at a sideways angle. Really not good, and I think it's down to my throw, not the quality of the darts. I can't judge Phil Taylor's throwing style, but look at this, I'm all over the place. If I bought those darts and had to play with them exactly as they come, I'd be sending them back or selling them on eBay because they just don't work for me. I'll have one more throw. I mean, they're landing at an angle, a sideways angle. That doesn't happen with any other darts that I've got. They land that way, not that way, not that way, they're that way. It makes no sense, but anyway, for me personally, this setup doesn't work, but with my new setup, they became the perfect darts, and I'll show you. So there you go, hopefully you can see that these darts in their current setup out the box just don't work for me. So the first thing I did, was get rid of the flights and stems. They just do not work for me. I mean, the stems are probably absolutely great, but I just decided to get an all-in-one, and the all-in-ones I chose were actually my favourite all-in-ones, and they don't get talked about enough, but these are the Cuesoul Rost T19s. I've got them with the carbon stem, so they're a bit stronger, and for me, these are just outstanding. I mean, to be honest, there's not that much difference between flights. K-Flex work great for me, L-Style work great for me, but there's something about these that I just like. I think maybe style, design. They're also extremely soft. If we open them up, They're really flexible, really soft. You can see it there. Really flexible, really soft, and they work really well with the darts I've got. So the first thing I did was add these. As you can see, a bit more like a real dart now, still extremely small. Let me just add each one to the darts now. There we go. And there we go. So I put my hand behind it because it focuses a bit better, but that is the upgraded dart, but the points are still just too small. So the next thing we needed was 35mm Swiss points from Target. I've got them in gold, and the reason for the colour I'll show you in a minute, because I think it works really well with the Cuesoul stem. So first of all, take off the Phil Taylor points that came with the darts, like so. I should play some sort of background lift music now. Sorry, if you're American, that's elevator music. But let me just get through this as quick as we can. Come on, where are you? Here we go, here we go. We're in business. Right, here comes the new points. Gold, 35mm Swiss Storm points. There's one in, and I'll show you the final look in just a second. Last one now. And what was quite a weird looking dart, now in my opinion, looks even better. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. That is my final dart. So you've got the Cuesoul Rost T19 flights, you've got the Phil Taylor Gen 11 barrels, and you've got 35mm Storm points. Now I've tried so many darts, like I said, but these are by far my very, 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 very favourite darts I've ever played in. I only want to do one more thing. These are in 26 grams. I've never tried a Phil Taylor dart in 24 or 22 grams. So the next thing I want to do is try a Phil Taylor dart in 24 grams. Ideally the Gen 11s, but I'm happy to try the Gen 8s, Gen 9s, as long as I've got Swiss points. I always want to substitute the barrel for a lighter barrel and see if I do better. But so far at 26 grams, I'm doing extremely well. Now, before this dart, my favourite dart before this was the Raymond van Barneveld Gen 4. And as you can see, my setup is pretty similar. That's the Raymond van Barneveld Gen 4, the gold and black, with the same Cuesoul Rost T19 stems and the same 35mm points. That is the Phil Taylor. They're slightly smaller, but not much smaller to be honest. But for me, they just work great. They're 25 grams, they're 26 grams. And overall, my gameplay has improved with these. Unless a miracle happens, I can't really see me changing darts anytime soon. I mean, I'll always go into a dart shop and try different things out. I'm sure something will catch my eye that I want to try. The new Harrows Geo version 3, I think, I'm looking at them thinking, they do look nice. They're 25 grams as well. I can throw with them. The shape looks fantastic. I want to try their new quick points. But will they be better than the Phil Taylor Gen 11s? That is something I don't know yet. Also, the Phil Taylor Gen 12s or the X2s, I also want to try them. But anyway, I'm waffling on. This is my favourite setup, so now let's throw some darts. Oh, and just to add, I've had these darts for less than a month, and I've already had 10 180s, I've had plenty of ton plus finishes, loads of 140s, loads of 100s, and they're just working for me. It's really hard to recommend darts to other people because everyone likes their own shape, their own weight, their own size. But if you're like me, these just really work. I'd love it if you could try them before you buy them because £100 is probably too much to punt. But for me, I've tried a lot of darts and this is far and away the best dart setup I've ever had. And now we'll throw it at the board and see how I do. So here are my favourite darts. Here's the setup. I hold them at the back like this with one finger in the middle. Let's see how I get on. Enjoy. Okay, let's go. Treble 20. Treble 18. Oh, and 7. I went for treble 19. Decent start. treble 20, treble 20. Ah, 140, get in. So close to a 180, that would have been too perfect though. And the hardest thing in darts is really consistency, so I'll do my best. Treble 20, 20, and 20, 100. Some great scoring already. I've not gone under 100 yet. Treble 20, 5, and 20, 85. And I'm an amateur player, so hopefully you can see why I like these darts so much. Treble 20, 20, and 20, another 100. So yeah, I've never had darts work for me as well as these. They're amazing. For someone that plays darts every day, practices every day, they're well worth £100 money. 95% tungsten, they feel great, they feel well made, and they work. 20, 20, treble 5, 55. I'll have one more throw and then wrap up this video. 20, 20, and 20, a solid 60. Finally sit back down and there you have it. My perfect darts, the perfect setup for me. They're really working. You saw then I got 140, a couple of hundreds. They're just, I don't know what it is about them. The shape, the size, the weight, it all just works. With the Cuesoul Rost T19s on top, with 35mm points, I just seem to be better. My consistency is better. I'm just happy. So thank you Target Darts, thank you Phil Taylor, and thank you Cuesoul. This together is amazing. Now, as I said, these are the Phil Taylor Gen 11 darts, the Cuesoul Rost and 35mm Storm points. Together, this works really well for me. I'm very happy. I do want to try them in 24 grams, so that's my next purchase, hopefully second hand, because I don't want to spend £100 on darts that I might just say, nah, the heavy ones are actually better. I want to get some second hand, try them and just compare them. And then it's full steam ahead as I enter a darts competition next year. If you love darts, please like and subscribe to the channel. People might know me from the Ancient Architects YouTube channel. That's what I do as a day job. This is very much my hobby, my passion, but more content's coming as I get the time, especially in the winter with the World Championships before us. Who's going to win? My money's on Luke Littler, but have your say in the comments below. Thank you.